Okay, we've got to talk about Bobby Kennedy. I still cannot believe that psychotic grifter is the head of the head of NIH. He has got so much undue power over our health system and the quality of our air and water and food. And this guy, the not giving him get any shit for being an ex-junkie, but he wants to get rid of Narcan. Dude, you literally were a heroin addict, and you want to get rid of Narcan. The guy drinks colloidal silver, this blue stuff. He's jacked up on human growth hormone. I mean, the guy's in his 70s and he's all tan like a leather bag, and he's one of them gym jeans guys too. Don't be a gym jeans guy. Don't do it, man. Wear some fucking gym clothes. But he's always walking around with his shirt off, and let's not get into the fact that he strapped a whale to the hood of his car, or he found a dead bear on the side of the road and left it in Central Park, or he had a brain worm in his head that he probably got from eating a dog in the Philippines. It wasn't a dog, it was a goat. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're talking about. It was definitely a goat. Okay, well, we got to talk about Bobby, not just because of wanting to get rid of Narcan. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is quite a measles outbreak going on in West Texas. And go figure, it's happening in a place where vaccine rates are low. I don't know if you know this or not, but in the year 2000, we had effectively eradicated measles because herd immunity and our vaccine rates were so high that we're just not having any measles cases. Or if we were, it was like one or two. It's a real rarity. When you dip below the number, I believe it's around 95% for herd immunity. When you start dipping below that number into the 80s, that's when these outbreaks are happening. And they've got like over 900 cases in the last couple of months. And it's all in places where vaccination rates are low. And this quack, Bobby Kennedy, who thinks that vaccines are giving kids autism, even though pretty much every scientist says it's mostly just genetics. And the fact that there are more of them today than there used to be is due to the fact that we are able to identify it better and be able to put you on the spectrum where you are. 30, 40, 50 years ago, we would just say that person was mentally disabled. If they had strong autism, they would just say mentally disabled, or use the word that Elon Musk loves so much, the R word. But now we are able to identify it better, and that's the reason why. But anyway, Bobby, who is so concerned about vaccines giving kids autism, is not so concerned about the measles outbreak and suggests that people start taking vitamins to cure it. And the one vitamin in particular he wants everybody to take is vitamin A. So, in West Texas, there are parents bringing their children who have measles in to the hospital. The kids not only have measles, but they have poison doses of vitamin A, because you can overdose on vitamin A. So not only did it not stop the measles, they have measles, but they also have vitamin A poisoning, because it's just like the bleach, or I'm sorry, the disinfectant of Donald Trump, during COVID. Just get a little disinfectant in there, shine a little light up your ass. All we need is Lysol, folks. Just some Lysol and just, rub it all over your skin and chug it a little bit and you will be fine. And dumbasses out there in our population were fucking taking little sips of Lysol and bleach and shit because There are uneducated people out there that are susceptible to people in power. And if you're on TV, you and I understand that if you're on TV doesn't mean that you're not full of shit. But there are a large contingent of Americans who think, well, if he's on TV, he must know something more than I do. And, Bobby Kennedy, he's all about that being healthy. And he says that, my poor kid who's got the measles, don't take a measles vaccine or anything. Take some vitamin A. That'll cure it right up. Reminds me of Chris Rock. You got a cold, Robitussin. You got the flu, Robitussin. You got a broken leg, pour the Robitussin right on that thing. Let the tussin seep right down to the bone. Let the Lysol seep right down to the bone. Inject yourself with vitamin A. That'll cure it right up. And trust me, I can barely speak and I look like a leather bag, but I know my health and just buy some vitamins for me. Because that's ultimately what it is. These grifter types just want to sell you something. The argument that people on the left have against Big Pharma, and we do, the argument that we have is that they price gouge us. So often, a medication is developed in colleges, in scientific programs, funded by our government. And then once it gets off the ground and it proves to be a viable bit of scientific research for a pharmaceutical, a big company like Merck or what is the Eli Lilly will come in and buy it up. And then they will price gouge us on the back end. So we are using our tax dollars to fund its innovation because these big pharmaceutical companies, they don't create any of this shit. They didn't create Lipitor. Got that shit from a college study, years and years of research. And then they come in and buy up the rights and then they sell that shit right back to you. So that is the left-wing argument against Big Pharma. The right-wing argument of Big Pharma is they're poisoning you. And take my drug instead. Drink colloidal silver. Take my stream of vitamins. Drink this bone broth powder. That is the junk science. There's a reason why they call it alternative medicine. Because it didn't make the cut to actually be medicine. It's alternative medicine because it's an alternative to actual fucking medicine. But it's not an alternative. Bleach is not an alternative. Lysol is not an alternative. Colloidal silver is not an alternative. And vitamin A is not a cure for the fucking measles. You psychotic leather bag, fake ass, grifting off your daddy and your uncle's name, piece of shit, asshole, Bobby Kennedy. God damn, man, I ain't never seen anybody need to go fuck himself so hard. I wouldn't want to flirt with him a little bit too much. He might actually like that. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.